I'm mad at my husband for no reason. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation, and I'm going to try and help you with this. So, I used to be a divorce mediator, and I became a marriage healer. I'm much happier, by the way. And one of the big obstacles that people have, if not the biggest, is anger. Now, the other emotions get in the way of our happiness also, but anger, oh my God. You know, especially if you mix anger with alcohol, it's really bad. So I'm hoping that you're not using alcohol. If you are, that's the first step. But let's talk about this. Because what's happening in the mind, let's explain anger. You know, it can be really summed up very easily. And this is true, although it's not the root cause. But anger is the result of not getting our way. It's the only thing that causes anger. And you know, you could look at that in all of its nuances, and you'll see it always boils down to that. But why? And that's where I wanted to go when I started helping individuals enjoy their marriage more. Because anger, what the heck? You know, like, you're going, I mean, you looked up this video, you're going, I get mad at my husband for no reason. Well, okay, there is a reason, obviously. But what you're saying is, why am I getting angry at all? So they should be teaching us these things in school. So let's start with what we are. You know, well, we're human beings. You're a woman, I'm a man. And what does that mean, a human being? Well, this is where society has gotten crazy. And I'm not going to sell you on religion. To me, this is not a religious topic. But we are souls, and we have a body, and we have a mind. Now, it's true that most people say, I have a soul, but that isn't accurate. The fact is, you are a soul, and you have a body, and you have a mind. And that soul that you are doesn't do anger. There's no anger. But you have a body. And bodies are biological entities that live to survive, right? You learned that in school. What's the first order of business for anything from a single cell amoeba all the way up to human beings? Is this drive to survive. And it's subordinate drive to procreate, but it's also still a drive to survive. And why am I so strong about this? Is because the drive to survive, which is innate in every single cell of your body, comprises basically your body, influences your mind. Remember, I have a body, I have a mind. It influences your mind and takes your mind over in order to achieve its desire to survive. Well, what does survival mean? We're sophisticated human beings. It no longer means finding a place to sleep tonight, or finding fire so we could eat some food, or finding water. All those things are happening. But the drive to survive wasn't tucked away. It's still operating. And it's influencing us in different ways. It influences us if something happens, like if we get stopped for a traffic violation. We become real defensive. Defensiveness is the drive to survive, right? Defending yourself. Well, study this in your own mind. Watch what happens when you're angry. Step back. And instead of going, I am angry, go, my mind is angry. And ask why. It's being threatened. And for everyone, it's different. So what's happening is this anger is the first step in the defensive apparatus. Now, you may have like whitewashed this fear of your husband finding fault with you. Or that, well, that's a big one, that your husband found fault with you. It may cause so much trauma in your mind, again, just your mind, that you react with anger. It's instinctive. It's an instinctive reaction. So the real question is, what do I do? Right? I mean, you didn't come here for a biology education. However, it's necessary, in my opinion, and I've been doing this for over 20 years, it's necessary to understand yourself kind of mechanically so that you can disconnect certain parts. So the anger isn't you. This is a very important point. The anger is in your mind. It's triggered. And it's something you can control. Because everybody knows human beings have free will. Again, we're not taught how to utilize it. We're not taught how to leverage. In fact, we're taught that you can't stick to a New Year's resolution. That's what we're taught. We're taught that if I tell you never think of an elephant, you're going to be thinking of an elephant. Well, that's not true. Neither of those things are true. Because we're not taught how to control the mind. And that's what you have to learn to do. I've had many clients, just about every client, who suffers from anger. And so I thought, you know what? Anger management isn't going to work, because anger management doesn't solve the problem. Because the problem is, because I'm all about marriages, right? So the problem isn't even the anger. I'm going to take you to another level. What's the problem? The problem is you're not getting the benefits from your marriage that you signed up for. What did you sign up for when you got married? Why did you get married? You didn't just get married to have kids or to be with your best friend. You got married to be happy. You got married to experience the blossoms of love. You were supposed to live in your marriage so that your love could grow. In fact, I define marriage as the sacred space of marriage where no one gets to come in, just the two of you. So together you could water your love. You could create the dynamics that expand the love, expand the happiness, so that every single day is an amazing adventure of love. That's what it's supposed to be. Nothing less. So the real problem isn't the anger, right? Because if you had happiness, and you had love, and you had anger, that anger's gone. It doesn't mean anything. So, isn't it true? You want the happiness, and you want the love. So my method is to ignore the anger, unless you want to take the course or read one of my books and really get into this and really have a phenomenal marriage. There's a fix I can share with you right now. And it's based on this premise. Where there is light, there is no darkness. So let's look at love and happiness as light and anger as darkness. Well, if you're feeling love and happiness, because you have free will and anger enters into the picture, you just flood it. Flood it with light. Your love and happiness. You choose which thoughts you're going to entertain. You don't have to go along with every thought that comes into your head. Why don't they teach us this stuff in school? So, you have amazing power over your mind. This is the nature of being a human being, is that you have free will, not just to choose between blue carpets and red drapes. You have free will so that you can choose your thoughts, your feelings. You could choose to ignore the anger, which is a compulsion from the body to the mind. It's an instinctive reaction. You don't need to take it on, but you do because no one taught you otherwise. So try it. See if it works. If it doesn't work, get one of my books, read the chapter on the mind. If that still doesn't work, get the course. Get the course for women. The first thing that I address in the course is how to control your mind. It's a necessity. Isn't it amazing? Why don't they teach us this? If you want to get married, you need to take a course on the mind. You need to understand how the mind works. And I'm not talking about Freudian nonsense. Yes, I said nonsense. Because he didn't say you're a soul who has a mind. He tried to bundle it all together. Well, it is kind of bundled together because we are a blend of spirit and nature. But we are essentially spiritual. How do I know? Love is spiritual. It's not a big fancy religious term. Love is spiritual. You can't touch it. You can't see it. You can't measure it, quantify it. But you know it's there, right? I love using the example of when you got married. There was a moment when you just were overwhelmed with love. And when you go to other people's weddings, it's the same thing. Well, that's spiritual. Right? I don't care if you're an atheist or not. It doesn't matter to me. You're still a soul. You're still feeling love. You can't tell me that love isn't spiritual. It is by definition. So try these things. Go for it. You got married to be happy, and you got married to experience ever-increasing love. That's why you got married. And you can and should have that. This is not fantasy stuff. This is real stuff. This should be your expectation of your marriage. And when it is, this anger stuff, it can't take root. It can't. Can't last long when it jumps in. Especially when you know how to control your mind. All right. If you resonate with this kind of information, because I know it's new, go ahead and subscribe. There's lots of videos that are like all about the common sense approach to marriage. And share it. Share this video with others. Let people know the time has come for people to enjoy their marriages. From the moment they get married to the day they die, it should be so fulfilling. They're floating in joy. Blessings to you, blessings to your husband, and blessings to your family. Thank you. God bless.